SGX Nifty is going to be now called the Gift Nifty. It's indicating a positive start in its new avatar, now being traded out of the homeland. But let's tell you about the week gone by and what a stellar week it was. A week of new highs. We managed to almost clock that 17,200 mark, although not on closing basis. But yes, the Nifty managed to put on a solid show of about 2.25%. The mid-cap index as well up higher by about 1.5%, and the Nifty Bank as well came to the fore with the leadership coming in from the HDFC twins. Managed to eke out a gain more than Nifty, by the way, of almost about 2.5% or so. But the question is in any pocket now, Nikunj, the market getting overbought, or there's still headroom to go?
See, Ayesha, there is no merit in trying to call the market top. Because for the sake of calling the market top, you can say, okay, markets are stretched, this kind of an bull run is not going to continue. Of course, the bull run will end one day. But we should not be in a hurry, in fact, to say that, okay, this is it, and the markets are not going to go beyond that. We must understand and appreciate that there is definitely an element of global liquidity, an effect of FOMO, and a desperation now to really catch up. Everybody now wants to be part of Indian stock markets. If you look at the global, the global asset allocation, and locally also the amount of block deals, the HNI activity. Forget about mid-cap stocks, the kind of HNI activity which you also are now witnessing even in the SME stock. It is absolutely it's absolutely amazing. So there is no merit in trying to say that, okay, 19,000 is the top for the market, it will not go beyond 1,000, this market is extremely overbought. You have to recognize that in a market, when the trend is strong, don't try and go against the trend, because trend is always your friend. So if you're long, stay long. Please don't go short. And if you're holding on to long positions, do not be in a hurry to cut the long positions. Now, what is in store for this week? I guess for this week, there are two important cues. Number one is auto dispatch numbers. Some numbers have come out, some numbers will come out. It has been a performing sector. Since auto is a performing sector, expectations this time are high. So that would be the tricky one to call. Second, you will get quarterly updates. You start hearing from HDFC Bank to Bajaj to other companies in terms of quarterly updates. So those are two important moving points just ahead of the earnings season. So what is that numeric data which you will get ahead of the earnings season? One would be auto numbers, and second really would be the quarterly updates from banks and from other companies. Real estate banks, NBFCs, these are the three sectors which really matter where you will get quarterly updates. So market would be a function of how that effect would move.
Yeah, let's just mark how global cues as well have panned out overnight. And looking at how the US equity markets panned out on Friday, it's a positive close. So we've got a positive handover at our hands. You have the Dow gain of about almost 1%, 1.25% rally coming in for S&P, and the Nasdaq as well higher by about 1.5% or so. So that looks pretty much under control, and the futures as well are indicating a positive move right now for the US equity markets. Remember, it's a truncated week for US, considering the 4th of July holiday as well coming up. Commodities too, they too have seen a little bit of an escalation. So WTI oil, for instance, is higher by about 1.25%. Brent is now hovering around that $75 per barrel mark. So that seems something that the market is pretty much pricing in right now. But yeah, the auto figures, Avanne.
Absolutely, that's going to be quite critical. And let's just pull up that data point that we've got, talking about how the auto majors have performed in the month of June, those that have already come out with their numbers. Tata Motors CV, PV, as well as Ayesha VECV have managed to come in above. You've got Maruti, that's been a bit of a disappointment, below what the street was penciling in. Ditto for a Hero. Escorts has been in line, and not just that, we'll also be tracking the GST collections, because it's been 6 years of GST with 1.6 lakh crore GST revenue that has been collected for the month of June. So two critical data points. But Nikunj, you were talking about the auto sales numbers.
See, Avanne, auto is the best performing sector this year.
Yeah.
If auto is the best performing sector this year, concentration and expectations are high. The general view is that auto numbers would be strong. But there is no clear evidence of that. Now let's look at Hero MotoCorp. Everyone thought that, okay, worst is behind. The rural dispatch numbers will pick up. Monsoon onset has been strong, and Hero MotoCorp would do decently well. Maruti again, despite that there is a Jimny launch, the numbers do not look that they've managed to hit out of the park. Slow and steady, that is the way how Tata Motors I think is moving. While bulk of the numbers are still not out, we've not heard from, let's say, Mahindra, we've not heard from Ayesha, we've not heard from Bajaj Auto, but the real set of auto numbers which have come out, I wouldn't say that they warrant a lot of excitement, and nor do they warrant a lot of disappointment. It's going to be very, very, what should I say, stock specific. Hero MotoCorp definitely a bit of a challenge. Let's look at the breakup of Maruti. Year on year, 2% down, month on month down. So Hero and Maruti definitely are the ones which some would say that not that great. I mean, just when I thought things were turning the corner for Hero MotoCorp, I think they will have to wait. They will have to wait.
Yeah. And well, news coming in on Friday evening, HDFC Bank merger now seems a done deal. Important commentary actually coming in from the new MD and CEO saying that he would be creating a new HDFC Bank every 4 years, saying that a paradigm change of how we will be doing the business in the future is yet to take place, saying the power of bundling is going to be a game changer. The bank has a superior digital platform and digital journeys ahead of them as well. And of course, talking about the branch addition, which they see at a run rate of 1,500 plus every year for some years to come, saying that I promised that your job and pay will be protected. This, of course, is his address to the employees of the combined entity, and said that, compliance, working environment, customer services are the key focus areas. But on a more emotional note, it's Deepak Parekh hanging up his boots.
What a franchise he's created. Look, to be very frank, I mean, if there is one person who will leave his mark in terms of what the Indian financial sector has achieved, I guess Deepak Parekh's name would be right up on the pedestal. From a brand which was unknown, it has become unforgettable. That's the story of HDFC Group, at least in my book. And whether it is the business of lending, I think, is a very simple business. All you do is that you take money and you lend. But why is that HDFC Limited has run this formidable franchise? What are they doing? They are simply giving you home loan. You take house, you give 80% as collateral, and you keep 20% as the collateral margin. But they've never defaulted. There have never been NPAs. It's not that economy has not had problem. There's a 2000 happened, there's a 2008 happened, there's a 2012 which happened when markets were on their knees. Economy was on its knees, yet HDFC has been able to create this formidable franchise. If any company which really represents the true blue power of compounding, I guess it is HDFC Bank. HDFC Limited, I was looking at the data of the weekend, it went public in 1995 and you invested 1 lakh in it. That 1 lakh, guess how much it is? 1 lakh in HDFC Limited. Just take a wild guess. It's 2.7 crore. 1 lakh has become 2.7 crore. Yeah. Similarly, in 2000, when Times Bank became HDFC Bank and when they got the license, it's up 100 times. And it's extraordinary what has got achieved. But I want to go back to the letter from Shashi. For me, that there is a secret messaging in terms of and guidance what he's given. Let's look at it. We will be creating an HDFC Bank every 4 years. Really? I mean, a paradigm change of how we would be doing business in future. Now let's look at it. HDFC Bank's balance sheet is not like a tiny toon. It's a large balance sheet. They, in a sense, would have the third. Now, of course, the combined balance sheet makes it the 4th largest in the world. If you are looking at adding another HDFC Bank every 4 years, I'm sure he's referring to the balance sheet size. If you're looking at making another HDFC Bank in next 4 years, which means at this large base, when you're the 4th largest bank in the world, you are ready to commit a growth of more than 15 to 18%. How many banks can confidently come out and give you that kind of assurance that in 4 years on a balance sheet of size, when we are the biggest bank in India and we are the 4th largest bank in the world, we would double? I don't think any bank can give you that confidence. So isn't this like a forward-looking comment that you will double in 4 years, and that is going to be higher than what the average GDP and what the market compounding rate is. So that, in a sense, for me, I think is the most important message. We'll talk about it, what are the synergies and what are the benefits. But for our viewers, the takeaway is 4 years you double on a balance sheet size, which is the 4th largest in the world. Imagine the kind of growth they're committing.
Yeah, absolutely. When